My friends, today is the day to wake up to the power of purpose. Life is not meant to be lived by accident. You were not designed to wander without direction. You were created with a divine assignment, a reason for being, and a destiny to fulfill. But along the way, the weight of life, the pressures of the world, and the distractions of daily living can cause you to drift. You begin to question, why am I here? Is there more to my existence? The answer is yes. And today, you must make a decision to renew your purpose. The first thing you must do is return to your source. A product cannot define its purpose. Only its creator can. You must reconnect with the one who designed you. When you step back into alignment with your true origin, clarity will come, vision will be restored. The confusion and frustration that cloud your mind will begin to lift. Purpose is not something you invent, it is something you discover. And that discovery begins with seeking the one who placed it within you. Then you must refine your vision. Without vision, people cast off restraint. Without vision, life becomes a series of meaningless activities. You must ask yourself, what problem was I born to solve? Your vision is connected to the needs around you, the burdens that stir your heart, and the gifts you have been given. If you do not see clearly, you will chase things that were never meant for you. But when your vision is strong, no obstacle can stop you because you are being led by something greater than yourself. Next, you must remove the weight that holds you back. Too many people allow the past to imprison them. Regret, failure, and fear become chains that keep them bound. But hear this today. You were not designed to live in the shadow of yesterday. You must let go of the pain, release the disappointments, and move forward with a renewed mind. Purpose cannot thrive in a heart that clings to the past. Break free, shake off the dust, and run toward the future that is calling your name. Then, you must surround yourself with the right people. You cannot renew your purpose while staying in the company of those who drain your vision, weaken your faith, and discourage your dreams. Your environment determines your growth. If you walk with those who are blind to their own purpose, they will never be able to help you see yours. Find those who challenge you, inspire you, and push you toward the greatness within you. Purpose is not something that can be manufactured by human effort alone. It is something that must be discovered. Every product has a manufacturer, and every creation has a creator. When a manufacturer designs a product, they do so with a specific function and purpose in mind. Before the product is even released, the manufacturer determines what it is supposed to do, how it is supposed to function, and what problem it is supposed to solve. The same principle applies to human beings. No person is an accident. No one was placed on this earth without reason. Every individual was designed with a specific purpose, a unique assignment that only they can fulfill. The key to unlocking that purpose is not found in human ambition, nor in personal desires alone, but in returning to the original source, the Creator. When a product malfunctions or loses its effectiveness, the best course of action is not to guess how to fix it, but to refer to the manual written by the manufacturer. The manual contains instructions that reveal the true function of the product. In the same way, when a person feels lost, when they question their purpose, when they are uncertain about the direction of their life, the solution is not found in aimlessly searching for meaning in external things, but in returning to the one who created them. There is a blueprint for every life, a divine intention behind every existence. Yet, so many people struggle because they attempt to define themselves apart from the source of their creation. The world offers many definitions of success, fulfillment, and purpose. Society dictates what is valuable, what is worth pursuing, and what should bring happiness. But external definitions of purpose will always leave a person feeling empty. No amount of wealth, fame, or accomplishment can substitute for knowing why you were born. This is why so many people achieve success by worldly standards yet still feel an inner void. The longing in the human heart can never be satisfied by material things or fleeting achievements. It can only be satisfied by fulfilling the assignment for which one was created. That assignment is not something that is invented through human effort, but something that is revealed through divine connection. In life, distractions will always compete for attention. Pressures, expectations, and daily responsibilities often cloud a person's ability to see their true purpose. The noise of the world drowns out the inner voice that is constantly pulling them back to their original design. It is easy to get lost in the demands of life, to wake up every day going through routines without truly knowing why. Many people live this way for years, only to reach a point where they look back and wonder if they ever truly lived according to their purpose. This is why it is crucial to be intentional about seeking clarity, about stepping away from distractions and realigning with the source of true purpose. Returning to the source is not a passive process. It requires a conscious decision to seek understanding. It requires an open heart, a willingness to let go of preconceived ideas, and a commitment to discover the original intention behind one's life. This journey begins with reflection, with asking deep and meaningful questions. Why was I created? What was I designed to accomplish? What unique abilities, gifts, and passions have been placed inside of me? These questions cannot be answered by looking at the lives of others or comparing oneself to societal expectations. They can only be answered by reconnecting with the source of one's existence. Clarity comes through alignment. When something is out of alignment, it does not function correctly. A car that is misaligned will pull to one side, making it difficult to drive straight. A person out of alignment with their true purpose will feel the same pull, an internal struggle that prevents them from moving forward with confidence. This misalignment often results in frustration, dissatisfaction, and a constant feeling that something is missing. The only way to correct it is to return to the original design, to reconnect with the one who knows exactly why you were created. When a person understands their purpose, life becomes clear. They no longer waste energy chasing things that do not align with their assignment. They no longer seek validation from sources that cannot define them. They walk with confidence, knowing that their existence is intentional. They make decisions based on purpose rather than pressure. They move forward with conviction because they are no longer lost. Everything they do flows from the foundation of knowing why they were created, and that knowledge transforms the way they live. Vision is the key to a life of purpose. Without it, people wander aimlessly, unsure of where they are going or why they exist. Vision is not just about having dreams or desires. It is about seeing clearly the purpose for which you were created. A person without vision is like a traveler without a destination, moving from place to place with no real sense of direction. They react to life rather than lead it. They follow trends, chase opportunities, and pursue things that look appealing, but ultimately leave them unfulfilled. This is why vision is essential. It brings focus, clarity, and meaning to life's journey. Many people struggle to define their vision because they are looking for it in the wrong places. Some try to copy what others are doing, believing that success lies in imitation. Others are swayed by the expectations of family, society, or culture, forcing themselves into roles that do not align with their true calling. But vision is not something that can be borrowed or imposed from the outside. It must come from within. It is a personal revelation of purpose, a deep awareness of the unique problem a person was born to solve. When vision is clear, decisions become easier. There's no longer a need to chase after every opportunity or say yes to every request. A clear vision acts as a filter, helping to distinguish between what is essential and what is merely a distraction. Clarity of vision begins with self-examination. It requires an honest assessment of one's strengths, passions, and burdens. Every individual has been given specific gifts and abilities, things that come naturally to them and bring them joy. These are clues to their purpose. At the same time, there are certain issues, struggles, or injustices that stir their hearts. These burdens are also indicators of purpose. Vision is often born at the intersection of these two things. what a person is naturally gifted to do, and what they deeply care about. When these align, vision becomes undeniable. However, vision must be nurtured. It does not grow in an environment of doubt, fear, or complacency. It must be protected from negativity, distractions, and influences that seek to diminish it. Too often, people abandon their vision because of criticism or discouragement from others. They allow doubts to take root, convincing themselves that their dreams are too big or their abilities too small. But vision requires faith. It demands persistence even when circumstances seem to contradict it. A person with vision must guard their mind against the voices that try to silence their purpose. They must surround themselves with people who encourage their growth and inspire them to keep moving forward. Vision also requires discipline. It is not enough to simply see the destination. Action must follow. Many people have dreams, but few are willing to put in the necessary work to bring them to life. Vision demands focus. It requires sacrifices. It means saying no to things that do not align with the bigger picture. It means setting priorities, creating plans, and taking consistent steps forward. Without discipline, vision remains just an idea, something hoped for but never realized. One of the greatest enemies of vision is fear. The fear of failure, the fear of the unknown, the fear of stepping outside of comfort zones. Fear paralyzes vision. It keeps people stuck, making excuses instead of making progress. But fear must be confronted. The only way to move past fear is to take action in spite of it. Every great achievement, every major breakthrough started with someone who refused to let fear dictate their future. They chose to act, to believe in the vision within them, and to pursue it relentlessly. A person with vision sees beyond their present circumstances. They are not limited by what is happening around them. They understand that challenges are temporary, that obstacles are part of the journey, and that setbacks are simply opportunities for growth. They keep their eyes fixed on the bigger picture, knowing that purpose is too important to be abandoned because of temporary struggles. They move forward with confidence, driven by a vision that is greater than their fears, doubts, or limitations. The weight of the past has held too many people back from stepping into their purpose. The pain of past failures, disappointments, and missed opportunities creates chains that prevent forward movement. Many people carry burdens that were never meant to be part of their journey. They hold on to regrets, replaying past mistakes in their minds, allowing guilt and shame to define their identity. Others remain trapped by the expectations of others, afraid to break free from what is familiar because they fear judgment or rejection. But purpose cannot thrive in a heart that is bound by the past. The weight must be removed in order to move forward. One of the heaviest burdens people carry is the weight of failure. When a person experiences failure, it can leave scars that make them afraid to try again. They begin to doubt their abilities, question their worth, and assume that because something didn't work in the past, it will never work in the future. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the process. Every great leader, every successful person, every individual who has walked in their purpose has encountered failure. The difference is that they refuse to let failure define them. Instead of allowing it to paralyze them, they used it as a teacher. Failure is only final when a person decides to stop trying. When viewed correctly, failure becomes a stepping stone, revealing what needs to change, where growth is needed, and how to approach things differently. The only true failure is refusing to move forward. Another weight that must be removed is the burden of past pain. Life is filled with challenges, and no one escapes without experiencing hardship. People have been hurt, betrayed, and disappointed. Some have endured loss. Others have faced rejection, and many have been let down by those they trusted. The pain of these experiences can create walls around the heart, preventing a person from fully embracing their purpose. But carrying past wounds into the future only leads to more pain. Healing is necessary in order to move forward. Holding on to bitterness, resentment, or unforgiveness only poisons the soul. It keeps a person locked in the past, reliving moments that should have been released. Letting go does not mean forgetting or pretending the pain never happened. It means choosing not to allow it to control the future. Fear is another weight that keeps people from fulfilling their destiny. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, and fear of stepping outside of comfort zones all create barriers to purpose. Fear whispers lies, convincing people that they are not capable, not qualified, or not ready. It magnifies insecurities, making the challenges ahead seem larger than they really are. But fear is a deception. It only has power when it is believed. The moment a person chooses to act in spite of fear, its hold begins to break. Fear loses its grip when it is confronted with faith and action. Every great accomplishment required someone to push past fear and take a step forward, even when the outcome was uncertain. Comparison is another weight that must be removed. Many people are trapped by the need to measure their progress against others. They look at what others have achieved, what others are doing, and feel as though they are behind or inadequate. But purpose is not a competition. Every person has a unique path, a specific assignment, and a different timeline. Comparing one's journey to another only creates unnecessary pressure and discouragement. The focus should not be on what others are doing, but on faithfully walking in one's own purpose. When energy is wasted on comparison, it is not being used to build what is truly meaningful. Excuses are another burden that prevent movement toward purpose. People often tell themselves they are not ready, that the timing is not right, or that they lack the resources to begin. But purpose does not wait for perfect conditions. There will always be reasons to delay, always obstacles to overcome, always uncertainties that make starting seem difficult. But waiting for everything to be perfect before moving forward only results in stagnation. Those who accomplish great things are not those who had perfect conditions, but those who refused to let excuses stop them. They decided to take action with what they had, where they were, and trusted that the rest would fall into place. The weights of the past, fear, pain, comparison, and excuses must be removed in order to fully embrace purpose. Purpose demands freedom. Freedom from limiting beliefs, freedom from unhealthy attachments, and freedom from everything that hinders forward movement. Until these burdens are released, purpose will always feel just out of reach. The ability to step into destiny begins with the decision to remove every weight that no longer serves the journey ahead. The people you surround yourself with will either push you toward your purpose or pull you away from it. No one fulfills their destiny in isolation, and no one rises above the level of their closest relationships. The right people will challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable, while the wrong people will drain your energy, weaken your faith, and cause you to settle for less than what you were created to be. Relationships are one of the most powerful influences in life, shaping thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately the direction of destiny. Many people remain stuck because they are connected to individuals who do not see their potential. They stay in environments that do not encourage growth, surrounded by those who do not believe in them or push them to become better. Some relationships are comfortable but not purposeful. Comfort can be dangerous when it keeps you from moving forward. Familiarity can become a trap when it causes you to stay in a place where you are no longer growing. There are people who remain in the same cycles, not because they lack ability, but because they refuse to break free from associations that keep them bound to mediocrity. The right people see beyond where you are and call out the greatness within you. They refuse to let you settle even when you feel like giving up. They challenge you to think bigger, to reach higher, and to keep moving forward when obstacles arise. These are the people who push you toward your vision, who remind you of your purpose when you feel discouraged, and who celebrate your progress rather than compete with you. Purpose thrives in an environment of encouragement. And one of the greatest assets in life is a circle of people who believe in what you are called to do. It is important to recognize the difference between those who are meant to be part of your journey and those who are only passing through. Some relationships are seasonal. They serve a purpose for a time, but when that season ends, holding on to them can become a burden. Growth requires discernment, the ability to know when a relationship is helping you move forward and when it is holding you back. There are times when walking in purpose requires separation, not because of hate or bitterness, but because not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Negativity, doubt, and small thinking are contagious. Spending time with those who constantly complain, criticize, or doubt themselves will eventually affect your own mindset. Being around those who always see problems instead of solutions will cause you to question your own ability to succeed. It is impossible to maintain a vision for greatness while surrounding yourself with those who do not believe in it. If a person is serious about fulfilling their purpose, they must be just as serious about protecting their environment. This means being intentional about the voices they listen to, the conversations they engage in, and the company they keep. Greatness is attracted to greatness. Those who are focused on their purpose naturally connect with others who are also pursuing theirs. Being around people who are driven, disciplined, and purpose-minded creates an atmosphere of growth. Conversations become opportunities for learning, ideas begin to expand, and motivation increases. Success is not just about talent or opportunity, it is about alignment. The right people accelerate growth while the wrong people delay it. There are also those who serve as mentors, people who have already walked the path and can offer wisdom and guidance. Seeking out mentors and leaders who have experience in the areas you are called to can provide clarity and direction. Learning from others who have already overcome challenges allows you to avoid unnecessary mistakes and gain insight into what is required to reach the next level. Being surrounded by those who inspire, challenge, and encourage is one of the greatest advantages in fulfilling your purpose. Purpose is revealed in motion. Too many people spend their lives waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or the right amount of resources before they take action. They wait for a sign, a confirmation, or for everything to be in place before they move. But purpose is not found in waiting, it is found in doing. Clarity does not come from standing still, it comes from stepping forward. Taking action is what unlocks potential and what brings vision to life and what turns ideas into reality. Many people hesitate to take action because they feel unprepared. They believe they need more experience, more education, or more confidence before they can begin. But no one ever feels completely ready before they start. Readiness is developed in the process of moving forward. The skills, knowledge, and confidence needed to fulfill purpose are gained through action, not before it. Waiting for perfection only leads to procrastination, and procrastination is the enemy of purpose. Every great achievement started with someone who decided to take the first step, even when they didn't have all the answers. One of the greatest lies that keep people from taking action is the belief that small steps do not matter. Many want to start big, to make an immediate impact, to see results overnight. But purpose is built step by step. No one reaches their destiny in one giant leap. It is the small, consistent actions taken daily that lead to great accomplishments over time. The person who takes small steps forward is already ahead of the one who remains stuck, waiting for the perfect opportunity. Even the smallest act of obedience to purpose is progress. And progress is what leads to fulfillment. Fear of failure keeps many people from taking action. They worry about making mistakes, about what others will think, or about whether they will succeed. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the journey to success. Those who accomplish great things are not those who never failed, but those who refuse to stop after failing. Every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is an opportunity to grow. And every challenge faced makes a person stronger. The only real failure is refusing to try. Taking action in the face of fear is what separates those who fulfill their purpose from those who only dream about it. Excuses keep people from moving forward. Some say they do not have enough time. Others say they do not have the right connections. And many believe they need more resources before they begin. But purpose is never dependent on ideal circumstances. Those who are determined to walk in their calling find a way, regardless of the obstacles. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the presence or absence of challenges. It is the decision to take action despite them. There will always be reasons to wait, but waiting does not produce results. Opportunities come to those who are already moving. Many people expect doors to open before they start walking. But most doors only open when a person is already on the path. Those who take action create momentum. They attract opportunities, connect with the right people, and discover resources they never knew existed. Movement creates possibilities that standing still can never reveal. Those who step out in faith, who take risks, and who pursue their purpose with determination are the ones who experience breakthroughs. Discipline is the key to consistent action. Purpose is not fulfilled in one day. It is the result of daily commitment. Those who succeed are not necessarily the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most connected. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They take action every day, even when they do not feel like it, even when results are not immediate, and even when challenges arise. They understand that purpose is not just about passion, it is about persistence. Those who take action move closer to their destiny every single day. Growth is not automatic. Many people assume that as time passes, they will naturally evolve into the person they were meant to be. But time alone does not produce transformation. True growth requires intentional effort, a commitment to learning, and the willingness to be stretched beyond comfort. Purpose is not fulfilled by those who remain the same year after year. It is achieved by those who dedicate themselves to constant improvement, by those who embrace change, and by those who are willing to develop the skills, mindset, and character needed to sustain the vision within them. Personal growth begins with a desire to learn. No one is born with all the knowledge, wisdom, or abilities necessary to fulfill their purpose. Everything must be developed over time. Those who commit to learning never stop evolving. They read, they study, they seek out mentors, and they expose themselves to environments that challenge their thinking. The greatest leaders, innovators, and change makers in history were not those who knew everything, but those who remained teachable. The moment a person stops learning, they stop growing. And when growth stops, purpose becomes stagnant. There is no success without a commitment to continuous self-improvement. Growth requires discomfort. Many people resist growth because it demands change, and change is often uncomfortable. It forces a person to confront weaknesses, to admit where they need improvement, and to let go of old habits that no longer serve their destiny. But without discomfort, there is no progress. A person who is unwilling to be stretched will always remain limited by their current level of knowledge, skill, and experience. Growth means pushing beyond fear, embracing new challenges, and stepping into the unknown. It is only through challenges that character is strengthened, resilience is developed, and capacity is expanded. Surroundings influence growth. Those who desire to grow must be intentional about the environments they place themselves in. A person cannot expect to rise higher if they constantly remain in spaces that do not challenge them. Growth happens in environments where expectations are high, where new ideas are introduced, and where people push each other to excel. Those who desire to be strong must be around those who challenge their thinking, those who have gone further, and those who set a standard of excellence. Comfort zones are dangerous because they create an illusion of progress while keeping a person in the same place. True transformation happens in environments that demand more, stretch the mind, and require continuous learning. Mindset determines growth. The difference between those who grow and those who remain the same is not intelligence, background, or talent. It is mindset. A growth mindset believes that skills can be developed, knowledge can be expanded, and abilities can be strengthened through effort. Those with a growth mindset see failure as a lesson, obstacles as opportunities, and challenges as stepping stones. They are not intimidated by what they do not know. They are motivated to learn it. On the other hand, a fixed mindset limits potential. It believes that abilities are set, that failure is final, and that there is no point in trying beyond what is already known. Purpose cannot thrive in a mind that is unwilling to expand. Growth demands action. It is not enough to simply know what needs to change. Change must be applied. Many people consume information, attend seminars, and read books, but they never put into practice what they learn. Knowledge without application is useless. Those who grow are those who take what they learn and apply it consistently. They take action, experiment with new ideas, and allow experience to refine them. Learning is only valuable when it is translated into action, and action is what produces transformation. Growth is the key to sustaining purpose. Many people start strong but fail to maintain their momentum because they neglect their personal development. Success achieved without growth is temporary. But when a person commits to continuous improvement, they build a foundation that allows them to keep rising. Those who keep growing keep winning, not because they never face challenges, but because they constantly develop the capacity to overcome them. Those who embrace growth never remain the same. They evolve into the person they were created to be. Purpose is not something that happens by chance. It is a journey that requires intentional effort, commitment, and perseverance. It demands the release of past burdens, the courage to surround yourself with the right people, and the willingness to take action even when the path is uncertain. Purpose flourishes in those who embrace continuous growth, who refuse to be limited by fear, and who understand that greatness is not achieved overnight, but through consistent discipline steps forward. Every person has been created with a unique assignment, but only those who are willing to align their lives with their purpose will experience the fulfillment and impact they were meant to have. The journey is not always easy, but it is always worth it.